Welcome to Las Vegas Trader YouTube channel and a weekly analysis video of the markets. So let's jump right into the charts and see what we have. So this is the S&P 500 daily chart. Looks very bullish, but we did form a small bottoming or topping tail on a daily chart. And on a weekly chart, we look a little overbought. And this coming up week, this will be the last week of February. So historically, it's supposed to be bearish. So this, if this bar gets taken out this week, really strong, we are going lower, or we're gonna continue higher. So um, this is uh, pretty strong bar, breakout bar. So it would indicate higher prices, but we'll see what this week brings us. Let's take a look at the Nasdaq. Same thing on Nasdaq. It formed a topping tail. So if we take out this green bar and close below, we are most likely going lower. This is the daily, the weekly, same thing. If this bar gets erased, we are going lower and probably hit the 20-day moving average on a weekly chart. The monthly chart, as you can see, we are um, slightly overbought. So we'll see what happens. Dow Jones, same thing as the previous two indices, formed a topping tail on the daily, weekly, same thing. Um, it barely just broke through these bottoming tails, but the location of them is not ideal. So we'll see what happens and see this monthly chart. Same thing like the other two indices. Let's see, this is Russell 2000. It's really having a hard time going higher. Um, so if we close below, this is on the daily chart, so if we close below these two moving averages, the 20 and the 50, we are going to the 200-day moving average, daily chart, weekly chart. Yeah, we're having a hard time breaking through this resistance. So possibly lower prices. Let's take a look at the monthly. Yeah, it looks bullish on a monthly, but so we'll see what happens. It's like I said, the last week should be bearish historically. So let's see what happens. Crude oil, same thing on crude oil. We're sitting right at resistance, this 200-day moving average. We broke through it, but then we got slammed on Friday, and 20-day moving average stopped um, the downward movement on a daily. But on a weekly, um, looks to me um, bullish on a weekly. We just had a small pullback. We stayed above the barely right at just below the 20-day moving average, but we're above the 200-day moving average. So, and on the monthly, I would like to see oil close above the 20-day moving average. And if we just closed above this bar, this red bar, right at say $82 or so, that would indicate higher prices on the monthly chart as well. So let's see gold. Okay, I like gold on the upside. So it did clear these two bars and we closed above this big red bar, above this tail as well in the daily chart. So in the weekly, we kind of tested the 50-day moving average and we closed above this red bar, the bottoming tail. So I like higher prices on the weekly chart. And the monthly, we got 1 week left in this month. So if we could have a really green week and break above and break through this high 2152, that would be really bullish. Let's go to silver. Okay, as I stated last week, um, we did hit the resistance of the 200-day moving average. Then we pulled back to the 20-day moving average and we formed a bottoming tail. So I like higher prices because the 20-day moving average resisted lower prices. So, and we formed a nice green bar. So hopefully really strong move to the upside and just break through this 200-day moving average. That's what I would like to see on the weekly chart, although um, it's kind of stuck in a range, sort of, but the averages are still moving higher. They're rising, except for the 20, it's kind of flat. So if we erase this red bar and close above it, just call it 2350 or so, that would indicate higher prices. So let's see how strong. But then again, if we go down really hard and break through, but there's a lot of support in this area, $22. So it would have to go down really strong, really bearish move, yeah, bearish week for silver. But I like I like the silver to the upside. I was gonna buy some more silver, seeing this green bar. Um, so we'll see what happens. Here's Bitcoin. This is the future. This is the forex side. So um, we are just in the range, consolidating. So um, we might see a pullback to the 20, but the 20 is gonna probably bounce it back up on a daily chart. This is the weekly, so we just looks like a little small pause on the weekly chart, and either pull back to this area, because this bar, this green bar, the top of that bar is support, and this area, as you can see. So if you see a small pullback to 40, 48,000 or so, and then continuation to the upside. Um, and the monthly, yeah, we were a little bit um, overbought. So if we pull back to 48,000, that would not surprise me. So let's look at the dollar on the daily chart. Um, so we are sitting right at the 200-day moving average, formed a bottoming tail. We failed to close above the 20-day moving average. So we're kind of stuck in this area here. Let's take a look at the weekly. Same thing, the 50-day moving average is acting as support. So if we break 104 and close above it, say 105, we're probably going higher in a dollar. And the monthly chart still got a week 1 week left. So we need to get above the 20-day moving average, and then we'll see higher prices, or just close out this month roughly uh, the way it's sitting right now, and then just move down, because if the dollar goes down, the precious metals will probably move up. So that's what I would like to see. So this is the monthly chart. Let's look at the bond market. So I like this nice green bar which formed on Friday, was up 1.34%. So it formed a bottom, looks like. Let's see on a weekly chart. And like I said last week, if this 20-day moving average holds up, and it did, we're going to see higher prices. So that's what I like in the bond market. And now again on the monthly chart, same thing. If we could just continue to just erase this red bar and just form a bottoming tail and close in the green, so 97, call it $98. So that would take us way up here. So we got a week to go. So 5 days, let's see, 98, that would take us above the 50-day moving average. So we need a nice powerful move. So over the course of 5 days, 98, that would be nice to see that. Just break through these moving averages, because they're kind of declining, except for the 50 is kind of becoming flat. So that's it. That's it for the bonds. And we'll call it here. So please like the video, share, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Subscribe to this channel, hit the bell notification icon, give it a thumbs up, and share with anyone and everyone you think might like and benefit from this content on my channel. Thanks again for subscribing, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care.